Right, hello everyone, welcome. This is our first episode with Chatty Art, myself and Sandra here. We are going to be chatting about art, just why we love it so much, you know, what's inspired us to get into it, and hopefully just offer you some tips and advice that we found along the ways since we started really working on art. So Sandra, tell us how you started in the world of art.
I started as a child, picking my neighbor's tulips, and I was like 5 years old, and I got in a lot of trouble for that. But the colors were so beautiful, I just had to do it. And ever since then, it's been a colorful world for me, because that's my main thing, is the colors of things. It really attract me and bring joy into my life.
Yes.
So yeah, so I've done a few other things, lots of crafts growing up, and I've done, well, I'm a hairdresser by trade, and I've also done fashion designing by trade. And so that's it. And then you know, just working the field of hairdressing for years, but mainly a colorist. Again, was the color stuff.
Yeah.
And then now I'm semi-retired, and I've been waiting my whole life basically just to paint.
Right.
So
Yeah.
acrylics is where I'm at right now, and I'm trying all different media types in the acrylic world.
Yeah, I have to say the work you're putting out there now is pretty amazing. I just love it. I love the colors.
Oh,
I'm similar to you actually. I love color as well, you know, and it's something I think that's always drawn me. I think it's as a child that's what happens, you know, you do get drawn to colors. And I just remember at school always art being something I enjoyed. It was something I found peaceful, you know, it was somewhere you could just get some crayons and just go wild with them. And I've always liked that. I'd like to feel, I don't know about you, but free with art. I don't like to feel sort of constricted. I like to draw outside the lines kind of thing.
Yeah, outside the box, right? Thinking outside the box comes into that.
Yeah.
Being free to be yourself. Who you truly are, who we really are, right? Instead of all the conformity that society puts on us.
I know, and it's good to just try different things. You know, I'm not sort of one to go to a lot of I'll look at training videos, but for the most part I like to grab little ideas and then just have a go at myself at, like, because with me I like acrylics. I'm a graphic designer trained, and my acrylics is just something I do more as a hobby, you know. It's a passion at the moment, and I'm sort of a bit similar to you. I'm sort of investigating different techniques and using bits of glitter and gold leaf and things like that. And you've inspired me with the whole resin. Like, that's the next thing for me. I'd love to get into the resin, because I just love how it just looks like glass, you know. It's just, it really makes the work pop, and the colors that you've put in your artwork.
Really, it really makes the colors pop more than anything. It's it brings the painting to life.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but your artwork is amazing, and you're much more detailed than I am. I'm kind of like all out there, whatever goes, and then it's like, oh well, I don't think that I'm really happy with this piece, so then I do more work on it, and eventually it gets to a point where I end up loving it. And it's finished. It's finally finished.
I think that's the fun thing, isn't it? When you get a piece of art and you sort of, I've got to a place with it where I think, oh my goodness, this is just a mess. I'm just going to, initially when I've done that one time before, I've just like, that's it, the canvas has gone out the window. But lately I've learned that you can actually just cover over it, you know, and you can go again, or you can use parts of the design that you've got there and totally change it, you know, just highlight little bits. And that's been fantastic when you suddenly think, this was something I absolutely hated, now I absolutely love it.
I know, exactly. It's like experimenting and then finding the solution in the end, you know. It's like, it's a process.
Yeah. And it also, it helps, I think, with your mental health as well. You know, if you're feeling sort of in a place where you just you're pretty down, you can grab your art and it just takes you out of your mind. Has for me, just because I sometimes love to doodle as well, so I'll get the pens out and just start, you know, creating, like start off with a little flower and then it'll start morphing into more flowers, or it'll just, before I know it, the whole page is just completely covered with this
Wow.
design. And there's a
Yeah.
sense of satisfaction at the end of it, you know. It's like you felt like you've done something, you sort of channeled your mind away from all whatever's going on, and you've actually created something. Even if it's something little, it just feels, yeah, it's like a sense of action rather than just sitting in your head and letting your thoughts take you off into another place.
Yeah, well, you know, art therapy, right?
Absolutely.
So basically, I think that's why we all go there.
Yeah.
You know, in the long run, whether we're having a day of just nonchalant and got some free time, and you know, if you're full of joy, it comes out onto the canvas. You know, if you're having a bad day, it can come out on the canvas. I mean, yeah, it's definitely a good way to detox the body and the mind.
Yeah. And I think art can come out in so many different ways. If you look at the writer from Harry Potter, I remember she talked about how, you know, when she was writing Harry Potter, she was going through so many different things, you know, like her dark periods, and that's when she wrote the dark parts of the actual movie.
Oh,
It was such a, yeah, it just goes to show you how art in different ways is expressed, you know, through people. And you can have some amazing songs written, just
yeah.
like there's so many different
There's
things.
so many, yeah, so many different forms of art, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been on this website online. It's a group. It's called Older Artists or something like that. Anyways,
Right.
and it's artwork that is unbelievable what people are doing and have been doing, and they don't even recognize themselves as being talented, a lot of these people. But it's so many different mediums that are on this website. It's just amazing. And then, you know, I love hearing, they just have a little paragraph up top above the art, like maybe how old they are, when they started, and what they've used. Or maybe some of them have where they live as well. But, you know, it's not a big, you know,
Yeah.
big script going on there. And then it shows it's just, I'm just flabbergasted. It's at the work. It's just unreal.
What kind of work's on there?
Oh, you name it. There's people doing metal work, you know, designing things out of nothing. Basically,
Right.
they find garbage and stuff. And
Yeah.
then there's macrame, big pieces of macrame, wall hangings, and lots of charcoal. The charcoal, people that are working on this charcoal with a certain type of paper, I guess they use. I'm not familiar because I don't do that kind of artwork, but that artwork, the ones I've been looking at, they're usually like of dogs or human beings and stuff, but they look real. They don't even better than a photograph. It's just unreal.
Yeah, I've seen artists like that. They're so talented, aren't they? The detail to it. You would think it was a photograph. It's just like, oh my goodness, how have they, you know, it's even almost like the photograph isn't as good as what the art piece is. So, yeah.
I mean, you expect that the picture is going to come right off the paper and start walking or whatever. You know what I mean? It's just unbelievable how much talent that takes. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I mean, I just go out there and have fun, but I mean, I cannot draw like that. You know, I'm not like a natural sit down and draw. Right. Beautiful. It would take me a while to do that, and I'd be frustrated probably doing that because it's not my MO, you know.
Well, I think we've all been gifted with different things, isn't it? It's that expression that we all express in different ways, in so many ways. Like I was saying with J.K. Rowling and her, you know, the way she writes, like the story to that book, it came out of her in writing. Like with you, you've had so many different things that you've created in your life, you know, not just art, but also jewelry and
I have that jewelry. Forgot about that. Yeah, lots of jewelry. Yeah, that's true. So who did her artwork for that series?
What, Harry Potter? I don't know, it'll have been the movie whichever production company I would have
Yeah,
thought.
because she just wrote the stories, but someone actually went
Yeah.
in there and because that's amazing work to
Mm-hmm.
be able to do that, right? I mean,
Well,
put
yeah, the
someone
digital stuff. Yeah.
out of their head right onto the paper,
Mm-hmm.
of somebody else's thoughts.
I think that's the thing, because when you read a book, your imagination takes you on a different journey. So sometimes when you've read a book, I know I read the book Eat, Pray, Love, and then I watched the movie, and it just wasn't the same for me. It's like it was a good movie, but it was totally different to what I'd envisaged in my head, the story. And there was a lot more, I guess, more detail in the book. So your mind, it's just clever how your mind. So I think, like you said, when you see a movie, they are talented, the directors and everybody who's involved, getting what that person's written from their mind onto screen. And it doesn't always come across, but I guess you've got to work well with the author, working together to come out with the work involved.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
yeah, that can't be easy to do.
Mm-mm.
That's like taking a commissioned piece of artwork for someone who wants certain colors, certain thing on there.
Yes.
And then, well, being a hairdresser is a perfect example. They sit down and they say, I want this, 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 and this.
Right.
And you're like, yeah, but you don't have the hair to do that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Or the colors maybe won't be exact because their hair is a different start out color than what you have to start out with. So yeah, I mean, so colors is a huge thing. It's yeah, it's a big deal.
It's funny you say that because I went to the hairdressers once. Can you remember Princess Di? Everybody wanted her hairstyle, and I wanted that when I went. And I never had like her thick hair. It was never good, and I didn't even have a face shape, And of like they cut it, but with my dark hair, it just didn't look the same. It's almost like really they should sort of bring out wigs. It's like, okay, you want that? Try this wig. I think that really suits you, so you can see.
I know, right? Well, wigs are a big deal right now. I mean, so many people wear them.
Yeah,
and it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool, but it's like dressing up, right? Like when you dress up, and it changes your mood.
Oh, it does, absolutely.
Right? You get, or if you get a new hairstyle or something, and you got your makeup all done. And and you're going somewhere out for the evening special, and you got the clothes and the colors that you like to wear, all that put together. Well, you kind of like morph into a different person that night, right?
Yeah, like Cinderella, isn't it?
Yeah, and so like when people are all wearing all these different color wigs and stuff, and they're out and about, and I see them because I work in the public right now,
right?
And they got the eyelashes and those nails that come out like this, and they've got so much garb on the nails. It's like, how do you even keep your fingers up?
I've seen, with the jewels you can get on that.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, it looks cool and everything, but I'm like, okay, so let's take the wig off. Let's, take the makeup off, and let's just see who you really are. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, because it can be like a mask, isn't it? Yeah, like you're saying, like put that on. It makes them feel confident because they're not confident in who they are at the heart of them, really. It's like, I need all of this to feel maybe safe in the world. Who knows? We all have
accepted. Accepted by your friends and stuff, right? Or the group of people, whatever.
Or society, because I think society has a standard we see, marketed to us. So we try and fit that image, and we're not all, like you said, with the hairstyles, we're not all that frame. So we've got to kind of, it's like accept ourselves for who we are, and then create our own unique style. That's what I love about, you see certain people and they just create their own look. And I like Madonna for that. She kind of did that at the beginning of her career. She always kind of chose different styles that she wanted to fit into. And it was like, she was inspiring in the 80s when I used to, I was quite into her music and that kind of thing.
I mean, as far as, what we were talking about, the hair and the nails and the eyelashes and, the fish lips and the bubble butt and the boob jobs and you name it, right? I mean, let all that go and just put yourself on a piece of paper there and just go for it.
Yeah.
Be yourself. You don't have to have all this to just be yourself. If you need to do all that, just do it on paper.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it
Get
can
it
be
up.
fun to dress up as well, though. You know, I think it's
Well,
fun
yeah.
just to do it as a yeah. But it's like if you have to do that every day, it's a lot of work, isn't it? To then just walk out the door, you know, to put all that on. It's like if we were all able to be that free, it would be freeing. You know, we could just. I know when I was in Mexico, I had to do that because it was just the humidity, you know, and like I'd put my makeup on and it would just get that hot, it would just melt off, and my hair, I would get it all like curled, and then just the heat would just, it would be a frizzled mess. So in the end, it was just tie it back, just put my sweatpants on and a t-shirt, you know, and get out the door. And it was freeing because in the end, you just like, you don't care, you think, and it was really freeing, I have to say, to live like that. But then you get back into your real world, you know, the society where everybody sort of, you feel like you've got this expectation upon you, and you kind of like, you go back into that box, I think. So it's like trying to transfer a bit of Mexico with me. That's what I need to, and I've got that way now. I think I am less than I used to be when I was younger. I trained in hairdressing when I left school, but I didn't go into it as a career. But I remember it was from there that I felt that I had to wear, you know, the makeup, and
Yeah.
I had to
Well, I
have my
mean,
hair right.
that's a part of the sales. Like if you don't look the part,
That's it.
you know, then you're not going to make a lot of, you know, money, unfortunately, right? You just don't.
Yeah,
Because people are coming in for a change.
absolutely.
And if they see you, you know, looking like you're still in the 60s and it's now the 90s,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
I mean, you might get the
Yeah.
odd person that loves that, but in general, like, you know, you're not going to be successful in a career, unfortunately, with that mindset
yeah.
in that
Well,
in that industry.
yeah,
But, you
absolutely.
know, again, you know, it's just kind of a getting back to the art, you know, on paper and stuff. People just, you know, they can just get rid of all that yuck inside instead of putting it on the outside and let it come out through their hands onto some kind of a craft or something that they love and are gifted from,
Yeah.
you know, naturally, instead of all this facade putting and
Yeah.
stuff, all that. Yeah.
Well, I think, like you said, there's a time and a place where it works, and other times when you can just be free. So it's like, you know, it's just using it in the right time, I guess. And then those of us, because I guess not everybody's talented in the art way, are they? They've got a different way. Some people don't enjoy doing arts. It's like they might use writing or music or
Well, yeah, but that's another form of art,
yeah,
really, when you
it's
think
art.
about
Yeah,
it.
yeah, it is absolutely.
Yeah. So
So it's just yeah.
I think everything is a form of art when you think about it, because it's coming from the creative mind.
it is.
Even numbers, you know, when you're doing a problem,
Yeah,
you're still creating. So everybody is a creator of some sort
yes.
in the natural gifts, I think.
Yeah, and that's it. It's like getting aligned with that. What comes to you so easily and naturally, and then when you can get into that, you know what you were put on this earth to do, you know, and it's like follow that, because it also lights you up. Like me and you, we love to do
Right.
art. It's like when you're lit up by it, you know you're on course. That's what you should be doing
That's
with your
it.
life, you know, and fitting that in at some point to just make you feel I guess a purpose, you know, and why you're here, and the gift, using that gift to share with others, because we want to make others happy. And that's kind of like when you're happy and you're expressing that happiness, it does have a knock-on effect to others around
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, that's really an interesting subject,
you.
you know, regarding what art is all about too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm laughing because, you know what? This is our first actual recording, and it's been a pleasure meeting with you today, Janet.
Yeah.
But however, it's time to say sayonara.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Time's up. Yes.
Yeah, time's up. Yeah. So yes, so I look forward to our next meeting, and at that time, we will be showing a piece of art,
Yeah, absolutely.
either yours or mine, and we can have a little talk about how we got there.
Yeah, that sounds great. Love to. All right.
Oh.
Great. Well, we'll speak to you again soon.
All
Take
right.
care.
Take care.
Bye.
Peace.